actually get started right away. Without further ado, I just want to quickly introduce myself, and just a few housekeeping rules is that we do have this recorded, so anyone who wants to watch this, the recorded version, can feel free to tune into our YouTube channel. You can just look up Blue Teamwork and you'll be able to access all of the recorded webinars. We do have about 10 or 12 webinars now on our YouTube channel, so you can feel free to go ahead and watch those recorded version. And for those who comes in late within this topic, please feel free to also rewatch back to the beginning of the webinars as well. So just a quick introductions. I'm Sarah. I'm from the Blue Customer Success team. And today's topic is going to be about how to use Blue for real estate. So within this topic, I want to focus a little bit more on other view that hasn't really been mentioned, would be the map view. And then also some of the key custom fields that might be very helpful for the real estate agent, or if you're if you're an individual entrepreneur, so you can definitely follow these steps as well. So I'm just gonna quickly turn off my video just so that I can have a better connection as well. Quickly turn it off. Okay. So how Blue works? So Blue works as in a company base. So each person or each company has their own company, and then within those company you have your projects. Within Blue, in case you didn't know, Blue has unlimited projects as well. So you can have hundreds and hundreds of projects where you can actually create and also create a folder for those projects for yourself to keep everything organized. And within those projects, you have your list, or what we do is that, like, we have different types of view. We have board, list, map, database, and also calendar. But within those board, we also have lists as well. So list is what store the to-dos. And also within the to-dos, we have the checklist items. So for checklist item, it works almost like a subtask, which is something that I find very, very helpful for myself. So in case like I have a big to-do or a big task, and I want to break those down into checklist items, which I will show you within this webinars as well. Okay, so let me just quickly go into Blue now. So so this would be our Blue company and the dashboard that you would see once you signed in. You'll be able to see the companies and then also the projects as well from those companies. So as you can see, I have a lot of company. It's because actually our customer invite me onto their project to just do a quick checkup, or just see if there's any features, suggestions that I can recommend for their projects as well. So let me just quickly go into the Blue company. And just quickly, some of the very basic Blue feature where if you watched previous webinars, you probably hear this a lot, but you can definitely skip this through the timestamp that I put in the description as well. So you have your recent activities. So recent activities is where you can see all the activities that you might miss on that day, or if your team update anything like create new to do. As you can see here, if I update any status, I'll be able to see it here. And if my team member put up any activity, I'll be able to access it as well. And then also have recent active people, just so that I know if any of my team member is currently active. So if you see a green dot here, most likely they were already active or currently active as well, like very recent. So this is what you can see from the recent active people. And then you also have the reminders of overdue. So just in case your to-dos that been assigned to you overdue, we will also remind you in this section as well. So if you just quickly click on view here, it will lead you to the Mytodos section right away. So within this tab, you'll be able to see all of the to-do that's been assigned to you. So like I mentioned earlier, so you have your companies, you have your projects, and you have the to-do within those projects. So to-do are like tasks where it can assign to you or your team member. But in my to-do section, it will only show the to-dos that been assigned to you. So this way you'll be able to see what you need to get done for that days, or if it's upcoming or if it's overdue. So you just come in quickly and just check everything off if you're done with the task. So you can just quickly click check like that. And this way you'll be able to check off everything from your task as well. And then you also have your checklist items, which I mentioned earlier, is that the checklist items are stored within the to-do. So these are the breakdown items from the to-do. So if you have a big to-do and you want to break it down to small steps, you can use the checklist item. And within the checklist item, you can also assign to different team members, and you can collaborate within those checklist items as well, which I will show you within this webinar. With My To Do, you can also sync it with your personal calendar so that you have any to-dos with a date synced to your personal calendar, and then you'll know if there's any tasks that you need to get to. And then you have the calendar. So calendar is the company-wide calendar. So this way you'll be able to see everything at a glance. So all of the tasks here are from the project section here. So all of the 31 projects tasks are here, the one that has a due date or any date range. So you'll be able to see, like, quickly come in and see, oh, what trial do I have to do to extend, how many days do I have to do the trial, and then when does it end as well. So this is just a quicker way for you to see what you need to get done for the company. So this is especially handy for company owner or admins, just so that you can come in and quickly see what things that needs to get done. And you can also quickly click on it and it will lead you to that task right away. And then again, you can also sync this with your personal calendar like Outlook, Google, or Apple Calendar as well. I like to turn off the weekend just so that I can have a much wider date as well, so I can see everything a little bit more clear. You can also filter it by project. So what I like to do is I filter it by project, the ones that I find important. You can filter it by 2 projects, 3 projects, or even by assignees as well. So I find that's quite handy to just filter from the company section, so you can see tasks from different projects as well. You can even also filter it out by assignees so that you can see what that person is doing as well. So as you can see, I filtered myself. And then I can see, like, oh, this is what I need to get done for the upcoming week as well, like so. This way, especially for company owners, if you want to see what the person's doing for these projects, you can come quickly and filter that out and see what they need to get done. Okay, now jumping into our main topic today, which is the real estate. So for real estate, a lot of the main issue or main concerns based on real estate is probably like tracking sales or listing or keeping track of the listing or rentals. So I'm just going to share with you some ways on how you can actually track all your listing on Blue, and then also just keeping everything a little bit more organized, and also collaborate with your team members as well. So let's just jump into the project. So, okay, quickly, how to create project is to just click on the plus button, and you can click on new project, and you can either start from scratch or use a template. What I like to do is just use the Blue General template or one of these templates. You can definitely build your own template as well for your personal use, especially for real estate. Something that I would recommend is just build like a client page, or sorry, a client project, or even like a listing project where you can actually reuse those templates later as well for your team member. So this doesn't go for just real estate. You can also build template for like say, oh, payrolls, or especially like finances or marketing, where you have your content calendar already set up, and you can just quickly create the template and just set up a new date as well. So that is something that I find very helpful, is just build a project from scratch and then add all your different taxes as well. And then from there, you can actually create a template and you can repurpose it for later. Okay, so now let's just go into the real estate clients project, which is like a sales CRMs project that I built for this webinars. So let me just put this back here just so that everything looks more filled in, right? So this is just a fake project, I would say, for this webinars. Please also let me know if I go too quickly, if you have any questions or concern regarding any features that I mentioned. Please feel free to leave it in the chat box. I do have another monitor here just to see all the chat, and I can answer quickly during the webinars as well. Okay, so back to the project. We have contact, interested, negotiating, contract sent, and sold. So these are a step-by-step process on a real estate project. So let's say you have a contact from your clients. So this way you'll be able to see their contact, you have their phone numbers, you have their emails, you have type of property that they're interested in. So these are actually all custom field, which I'll go through after I walk you through the list. So you have like your content, and you can definitely build as many lists as you want again, and just create, build, and move it just based on your workflow and what works best for you and your company as well. So this is what the recommended process would be: like contact, interested. So that means that client is interested in that property, or you're in a negotiating state, or you're in the contracts sent state and finalizing everything. And once that is done, you can move everything to this sold list as well. So this is like a step-by-step process. And what this is what we call is a Kanban board. So where everything you just like easy drag and drop and move it to their process, and you keep track of everything as well. With the board view, we also have a calendar view. So this is the calendar view, and then you can see, this is probably the date that you need to do the touring, or you need to meet up with the clients as well. So having the calendar view is quite handy for those who like to see things in a calendar form as well. And then we also have the database view, which I'll also focus in this webinars as well. And we also have list and then map view. So as you can see here, all this pinned, which I'll show you how that works as well. So now let's just go back to the board view. Okay, now let's jump into one of the to-dos. Let's find a to-do that's already filled in. So quickly, you can actually see it from here. Okay, so let's do one of the. Okay, so in this case here, so this is what we call a to-do. So to-do is like a task, and you just quickly click on it, and then you'll be able to see all of these sections here. So this is very important for to keep track of everything. It's basically create a to-do. You have the to-do title, you have the to-do due date, you have the to-do assignee, so you can assign different team members. And then you also have your tags, phone number. So phone numbers, email, type of property, touring. So all of these are actually custom field. So in this case, there are a lot of custom fields. So it's like a CRM project. So you'll need a lot of information from them, as much as you can, before you can actually build a proper contract and a proper proposal for them as well, and just get to know your client better, which is this way you'll be able to build like a better relationship with them. And in that case, you want to know as much as you want. So like phone numbers, of course, email address so that you can reach them, type of properties, what they want. So this way you can see like touring sections, if it's complete or if it's currently scheduled, contract sent. So if you can see here, these are actually single select custom fields. So to create this single select custom field, you can just go to add more fields, create custom field. So let's just put this one, how do you want to say this one? So let's do like, let's do the housing, right? Or rent, or if it's a, let's do this, rent or buy. Let's do quickly like that. Single select, create, and then you have your option here. So you have like rent and then buy, something like that, right? And then you can also move it up as well. So it can be like in the same section. And then you can quickly select, oh, if this is for renting or if this is a buying. So you just quickly click on it, and it's definitely different for other people. So I also use this single select a lot, especially when it comes to social media, so that I'll know which platform I'm focusing on. And this one as well works as well. So if you do like listing, you can also click on like different type of listing that you would like to put on, if it's a website or if it's your own website or if it's a distributor website. So that way you can actually differentiate everything, and that you can also filter it out through the filter section here as well. And then you'll be able to see like, oh, which filter is buy, or if it's renting. So that's just quickly filter everything out. So that is the filter section, which I'll walk you through once we get to know a little bit more about the custom field as well. Okay, so now that we get to know the custom field, single select, we have also link, market value. So this is just a currency. You can put like pricing of the listing that you list. And then this is the location custom field. So location custom field is actually very important for this week's episode, because we focus a lot of where it would be. And then also this way you'll be able to find a location. And if your team member is the one that's doing the touring, they can quickly come in and see where it is as well. So you don't have to send multiple locations to your team member. You can actually just use Blue and have everything right on the same place. And whatever is that, whoever's in charge of this, they can easily go in here and see the property by just giving like, oh, the name of the clients, and then they quickly can go in and do the touring as well. And to add the location custom field, again, you can just click on the location custom field section here, location like that, and you click add custom field. And to add the location, you can just copy and paste it here, or click on, or if you're on the spot, or if you're on the touring right away, what I recommend is to do this. So let me just quickly click on like an empty custom field, if you have any. It's all okay. So this one is quite empty. So this is what it looks like when it's not filled in. So we're just gonna go ahead and quickly fill everything out. Name, so let's say his name is George at Gmail. Type of property. So this will be like something that they wanna fill in. Like, okay, let's say house, tourings, not yet complete, schedule. So let's say drafting. So this is what the workflow would look like. And then you have like maybe pending, so it's not yet ready. So they're looking for a renting and listing, so we don't have a link for that yet. Market value, so let's just do like a random number. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about, is when you at the site, or if you're at the house, or if you're at the apartment, you can just quickly click on the section here, and then you will be able to detect where it is right away, and then you can easily just save the location instead of pinned it on your Google map or anything. You just come onto Blue and just quickly pin the location, so that you and your team member are aware of the locations. And then we also have file custom fields. So file custom field is very easy for when you do like listing posting or anything like that, or any contract. In case you didn't know, but I think a lot of people know this, but Blue has unlimited storage. So in that case, you'll be able to upload as many files as you want. So you can store all of the informations like the files or contract right on Blue, so that you can come in here and quickly access it. And especially for new members, onboarding on Blue is very, very easy. You can just quickly invite them onto the project. And once they are onto the project, they'll be able to access all the files right away, instead of doing a lot of handover work instead of that. And then also with file custom field, you can upload multiple files at the same times, or even folders as well. I know this is something that's coming very soon. We do have file folders. This is in development right now, so we're ready to push that to beta anytime soon. So when that is ready, I will actually notify everyone as well. And then also meeting notes. So in case, so this is another custom field again. So meeting note is quite interesting, because when you're on the site and you're meeting with the clients, this is a better way to just keeping every note within the project, so that you and your team members are aware of, okay, what does this clients want. So let's say like, oh, they're interested in bigger space, downtown area, something like that, right? So this way you can just like note it quickly, with your clients, or if you're on the call with your client. And then this just built like a transparency within the company as well, so that everyone in the team are aware of the situations, and that they'll know, in case you're on a sick day or anything, they'll know exactly what that client wants. And you can definitely add more field as well. You can add as many fields as you want on Blue, and all the custom field that's been added will apply to all of the to-do within this project. So it won't go to the other project like this section here. So looks like something went wrong, but that's strange. And then it won't go to this section here, so it'll just go into this project. And then you have your checklist, which I'll go through when we're in the real estate listing project as well. So that is what the custom field is like. And then again, with the location custom field, I'm just gonna go in depth more on that. So as you can see, this is pinned on that location. And then also, if you want, you can also drag and drop the pin to this section here. And if you see the color of the pin, why is it pink? Because it reflects from the color of the tags, the first tag that you added. So if you add like a next tag next to it, it won't reflect unless it is the first tag. So let me just quickly remove this and then see if it actually turns. So yeah, so it turned and changed it into the red color. So remember that the pin reflects the color of the tags. So if you're at a priority, or if it's a low priority or anything like that, you can quickly see that on your map view, which is something that I want to talk about today. Map view. So as you can see here, all the pin reflects on here as well. So if you just quickly click on this section here, you can see the to-do from the map view. So that way you'll see everything from this section here. And then when you click on it, so you'll be able to get back into that to-do right away. So this is what map view looks like. And of course, if you have hundreds and hundreds of listing, you'll be able to see it from the map view as well. And in case you want to see like somewhere, okay, let's say this one in Denver, let's say, and your client's interested in that section, you can quickly jump in here and go into that section and give them a pricing and also the listing as well. So this is just a fake listing that I put the link. So this is not, I mean, this is real from Zillow website, but it's not from ours. So this is just like a practice round. And again, if you want to quickly copy this and then share it with your client, you can do that from Blue as well, and you can quickly visit the URL right away. So let's see what it looks like. So, and then they can just come in quickly and see what the house looks like as well. So that's just what the link custom field does. And then I also want to walk you through the database view. So database view is something that it's my favorite personally, because it's just, I can see everything at a glance. So if I want to see like, oh, what is this client's interested in, like this client. Okay, I have a quick question here. Do you recommend that we use the map view of the location for events? Thoughts? Okay, I can answer this at the end. Okay, thank you. I'll definitely answer this at the end. Okay, so continue on with the database view. We have something like this, so I can quickly see, okay, what is this client's one. So without having to open the to-do, I can see everything in this database view, and I can see the location, I can see the pricing as well. I can see if it's scheduled on the touring, or the contract sent or received, and payment if it's pending, or it's already processing as well, or sold, something like that. And also with database view, you can actually quickly add all your custom field in as well. So without having opened it to you can just do it on the database view. And then what I like to do is I group it. So I normally group it by a list like this. So I can see like, oh, if there's any contact, if anything is sold, negotiating, or I can also add the to do right on the database view. So if I group it by list and contact, I can actually add it. So this is like the board view again with like the list, and you also have the to do, and you add it to do straight on the list, and then you can have like the name. So let's say Laura, like that, and then I can have her like, oh, she's buying, which date she would like to see the house or anything like that. I assign a team members, type of property she's interested in would be like a house, something like that. Not yet, and then sent or something like that. So this is what is just what it looks like, and then I can also just pin the column to the left like that, so that way it works almost like an Excel section. And then also in the negotiating section here, so I can see what I like to do is also add everything up. So this work almost like an Excel spreadsheet. So if you click select all like this, so you basically just click and drag, and then you'll be able to see the sum of the amount total of this section here. So this way you can see like, oh, the market value or the listing, how much it is in total. So that way you'll be able to see everything in total pricing as well. So and I can also do this with other lists. So let me just unpin this quickly. New pin, hold on. Open. Okay. You can also group it by tags as well. So this way you'll be able to see, oh, what's buying right now at the moment, if it's high priorities, or if it's in the low priority sections. I can also do that with the tag. I can also do that with assignees. So if you want to see, oh, if your team member is working on a lot of housing or touring, you can definitely see that from this section here by filtered out group the assignees, and you'll be able to see all of the to-do that they need to get done as well, or they are currently doing. So you can group it by assignees. You can also group it by due dates. So you can see what's coming up. So let's say the things that coming up is April 30th from there as well, or April 29th by due dates. Unfortunately, it's not possible to group it by custom field yet, but this is something that I personally request to our team. So maybe that's something that we can come up later. And you can also see the file as well. And if you can just move the section here, you'll be able to drag and resize the order. And then you can also switch as well where you want to see. So let's say, oh, what's important and what you want to see is definitely like payments. So you can quickly move the payment up to the near the to-do section as well. So that's just how database view works. You can definitely, I personally use this one quite a lot because I can see everything again at a glance, and I can see what's going on right away without having to go to the board view and then click on the to do. So this might take a bit of time, I would say. And then I want to focus on a little bit on advanced filter. Since we're on the custom field topic, with advanced filter, you can actually filter it out by custom fields. So instead of like doing the normal field, the normal filter where you can click on the person and then you'll see their task, you can click on the advanced section here, and then you filter it out by, let's say, let's do market value, or is less than, let's say, or maybe it's greater than, let's do greater than 30,000. Yeah. So this way you'll be able to see anything that's above 30,000 at the market value. You'll be able to see quickly filter everything out as well. So you don't have to go through and scroll and see which client is willing to offer this amount for the housing as well. So with advanced filter, it's very, very useful if it's in your use case, different use case where you want to see if like, oh, if the touring is, let's say, scheduled, so that you'll know whoever needs to get the touring section as well. So this way it just helps organize everything and helping you save time instead of going in and just search for, oh, if this person needs to do the touring, or if this person has already done a touring. So you can just quickly, easily call them and or contact them. That way they'll be able to, your team member can just work quickly by scheduling the touring as well. And then you also have automation, which is something that I personally love at Blue. So automation just helps you automate some of your small tasks so that you can focus on the bigger things. So like, let's say when you move a to-do to contract sent, change the due date to 3 days. So by doing this, it means like when you move any of the to-do here to the contract sent section here, that way you'll be able to do a follow-up. So let's say, let me just quickly move that. So this say April 29th, and if I move it to the contract sent, it will show April 28th to May 1st. So by May 1st, this way I'll know that I need to do a follow-up with this person. So with the automation, I can just set it to a 3-day triggers so that I can remind myself that I need to do a follow-up. One feature that's actually currently in development is actually a reminder or a snooze. So if you're tuning in this webinar, you get to hear this first. So we do have reminder options coming soon. So how that works is that, so let's say if you want to come back to this to do in like next week or a day later or later that day, you'll be able to click a reminder section here, and then you'll be able to get a notifications to for you to come back to the webinars. So that's just something that is new, and that's what our team is working on. So I'm very excited for that because that would help a lot when it comes to following up with clients as well. So I would say that is very helpful. Another automation that we use quite a lot at Blue is, so that's just how you create an automation. So click create automation. When a new is moved to another list, let's say, sorry, so, and then unassigned someone, let's say unassigned team members, and then mark it as complete like that. So how that will look like is that once I did all the follow-up, once a item's been sold, you just quickly click and move it to this section here, and then it automatically remove and mark as complete. And another thing I would say, like maybe void or something like that, so that, and then you can just keep track of this section here, and then you'll be able to come back and contact the clients if you have anything that you can offer to them. So that's just how the board view works and how the to-do works. What I also want to show in this webinars is forms. So form is very important for someone who works with a lot with clients. So by using form, you can actually gather information from them and have everything stored on Blue. So this is the form that I built. I did also remove the Blue branding, so I can actually activate that back up. Or if I want to remove it, just quickly click on here. I can also change the color of the forms. You can use your own personal company's color. I also can save the form to any list that I want. So any entry that I receive will go to that list. I can also assign the team members to receive those lists so that they can start working right away. So to build form, you can just quickly, easily just drag and drop the custom field here. So what I built at this moment is the name of the clients, their phone numbers, so I can contact them, as well as their email, type of property that they want. So like I mentioned earlier, like house or apartment, and then tell us a little bit more about the budget, preference, preferred location, or anything like that. So quickly, you can just share this with the clients, or I can embed this actually onto my personal website, and I can contact them from there once they filled in. So to embed form, you can just use the HTML and then just click copy, and then if you're on Webflow or WordPress, you'll be able to embed this onto your website. So for now, let's just use the link section, and you can also do that with the view form. So this is what the form looks like, and this is what it would look like as well on your website if you embed it using the HTML code. And then they can fill in their name. So what's their name is going to be. So let's just say Sarah, the phone number. They can also select like the location that they're at. Email address, sarah@blue.io. Type of property, maybe like an apartment or something. Budget, let's say that much. And then for location, maybe somewhere in downtown. And then submit. But definitely you would want more informations from the clients. And then as you can see here, I get a little notifications from the automation or the Blue bot that's been assigned you to a to-do called Sarah. So I go quickly click on this as well. I can just go to the to-do. And then now I can see the form entry from the client. So I can see this is the phone number. This is their email where I can easily reach out to them. This is the type of property that they're interested in. And this is their budget. So I can just quickly click copy, paste it on the market value, preferably in downtown, somewhere downtown. Let's just do a random, but normally they would give like a longer longer detail on the location, or like the states or anything like that. And then also this doesn't have a tag yet, which is why it is the blue color default. You can quickly add tag, and then let's do buying, but this is something that your client needs to fill in as well. So you can add another custom field to their forms, and then they can click if they're buying or they're renting. And then it just quickly reflect on the print as well. So that way from here, you can actually reach out to them and schedule a touring section, draft a contract, pending payment, rent or buy. So this would be another custom field that I need to add on the forms. Link, no need as well. Or if you're someone, or if your clients is the one that's do the listing, they can also give you the location, and you can paste the listing link here. And that way they'll you can send it to them quickly right on Blue as well. So once you click everything here, you can finalize and review it with your team member, and you can send it off to that client as well. So what their listing would look like. From that section is actually from the another project. So this is the real estate listing. So this is what it looks like. Another project that I would recommend for any real estate projects would be submissions under review, listed, currently touring, offers, sold. So this might look a little bit different than earlier. So earlier is more of like a sales CRM type of project, but this is like a company-wide or project where you have like your listing or anything like that, where you can sell it for your clients, or if you have like property that you have to list on your own, so you can keep track of all the property that you've been listing. So if you can click on here, so as you can see, I have a lot of checklists in this section. So I'm just gonna go through this to do. So again, we have our to-do's title, we have the due dates as well. You can set a date or a date range. You can assign a team member to work on this section. You can add the listing link, and then also pricing, how much you want to list this, and the location as well. Also the image of what the property look like. Of course, there's gonna be more images as well. And then description. So from here, I would suggest to add as many description as you want about the properties, and put it in the description section. And as you can see, our Blue to do can go up to a very, very long page. So you can add as many or how long the description would be as well. So that way you can just copy and paste this to the listing site. And then you have your checklist. So what I mentioned earlier on the My To Do section. So if you are assigned to a checklist like this, you'll be able to see it in the My To Do section as well. So that way you'll be able to keep track and see oh, what are some of the checklist items that I need to get done, and also what are some of the to-do that I need to get done. So that is just the checklist item, and you can also set a date as well to the checklist item so that you can have a proper date range to work on the project. So as you can see, we have the to-do checklist breakdown to 3 sections. So would be the to-do, set up the listing, gather images from clients or from yourself. If you do the listing, finalize pricing with the client. So once everything is done here, you can start uploading it to the site like that. So as you can see, you can just quickly check off everything as well. And if you don't want to see everything in this section, you can also click on the comment only to have everything in a much cleaner view. And then you start working on your advertisings to the site, and then you can assign different team members like a marketing team to start working on advertisement. And then you can add as many checklists as you want if that is your process, and if that is your workflow. I would suggest to break it down as much as you can, because by breaking down checklists, it actually helps you quite a lot to differentiate the tasks and also prioritizing your tasks. And by breaking down to checklists, you have much smaller tasks and you can get things done a lot quicker. So I would say break it down to as many checklists as you would like. This is also what we currently do at Blue as well. When our developers team is doing any feature, we break it down to so many checklists so that they can quickly jump in and start working on the small things. Okay, I have a quick question here about the checklist. There a simple way to add checklist item to existing to-do. This is a great feature, but not easy when you already have an existing to-do. So I'm not quite sure. Wait, let me actually read that again. So at the moment, the only way to add checklist items is through the to-do. So only when you have a to-do, so let's say this is something that you're working on, and to add the checklist item, you'll need to have the to-do first. And then you break those down into the smaller items, like the checklist items as well, if that's the question. Yep. So this is the only way at the moment to add the checklist item. If you have any suggestions or idea, we're very open to any suggestions, so I can bring it up to our team as well. So if you have any other suggestions on this, it will be very helpful. Something that we're also working on is actually thank you so much. It's actually having a edit section on the to-do right away. So this is something that our team is also working on. It's basically just adding customizable to-do cards so that you'll be able to edit right on the to-do. But that is something that is still in the planning sessions as well. Yep. So that is what the checklist items look like. And once you check a lot of things out, you can see it's like 8 out of 11 as well. And then also you can set a to automation, I believe. When all checklist items are marked complete in any list, you move it to another list as well. Like currently touring or something like that. So that way you'll know that the project is already in touring session. So let me just quickly set that automation. So this is what the automation I set for. When all the checklist is marked complete. So as you can see, Bluebot automation moved the to-do list to the currently touring list. So that way just help building a much faster workflow for yourself. Quick questions. Need to be able to import checklists where. Yes. So this is something that we working on, and it's already in development where you can quickly select a spreadsheet like a checklist, and then you paste it onto this checklist items here. And then you will be able to create a checklist faster that way by just copying like a spreadsheet list, and then you'll be able to paste it on the checklist as well. Unfortunately, I'm not able to test this out yet during this webinar because it's still in development. But once it is on beta, I will definitely test it out as well. So, and also please follow our community so that we can actually update and do a preview on this as well if you would like. And also with checklists, you can actually link a checklist items as well. So once you're done with everything like that, you can just quickly, oh, sorry, this is a pretty long link. But yeah, definitely you can click on this section here and then move it to the link. So you can also link the items to the checklist as well. Yes, so definitely this is something that it's currently in development where you can actually copy a list or like a bullet section, and then you would be able to paste it on the checklist items as well. So that way you don't have to come in, like I understand like this section here, and then you just paste it on to the checklist items. So yes, that is coming soon. So I would recommend to follow our community or join our community to which is ask.blue.io, and then you'll be able to access the preview as well of some of the features that we are in developments. Yeah, and then another automations. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the questions as well. Great questions. And then you can also add tags to automations. So let's say when this to-do is assigned to me, and then it automatically add tag like apartments. So if you have a team that's working only for like apartments, or you have only teams that's working on different types of property, you can also add the automations to that attached to that person as well. So that way you don't have to come in and assign and then add tag right away. So that's just one of the handy features about automations as well. And then I also use update a little bit for this project where you do like a market study on this project. So let's say this is actually the to-do. So if you click on the link here, this is just a link of the to-do that I copied like that. So quickly come in here and check so that my team member can come in and do like a market study where they type in their comment section and do like a quick discussions on this project, just so that we don't have to go back and forth on email. And especially if you're working remotely, this is something that I find very helpful. And we also do this a lot at Blue. So just quickly share with you our Blue project. So as you can see, we do a lot of like discussions with the team members just so that we get the same ideas, or if there's anything that we want feedback on by using this discussions is actually very important for us. And then we also have updates, which is a feature that a lot of people actually skipped by, but updates is what we encouraged you and your team do on a daily. It's just update. Like today I put like list 5 property touring site, and this way you don't have to do like reporting to a management team. They could just come in quickly, see the daily updates as well, and they will able to see, oh, this is what that person needs was doing that day. And if you're also like stuck something like that and say client is not answering like that, and you can also add like a fun gif as well on here, and then you can post it so that everyone is aware and they can come in quickly and help. So updates is, it's like a status update. So if you're familiar with like Facebook or anything, you can update everyone in the team knows as well. And then we have files again, and we also have forms. So this is like the listing info that I've created. So again, to create form, you just click create form, and then you can just build everything by just drag and drop listing link or listing price. So this you can send off to your client. So what would be like the location where they can enter the location, listing link, or maybe they can use just a location custom field, pin the location maybe not listing link. What I would suggest is content, so that provide us the content. So this way your client can send in like the locations, the listing price, uh, where they can actually pin the locations from the custom field, and then they provide the content details. So you can gather all the information like the photos or images that they took for the listing, and you can actually upload it from your site to your site as well. So this is what I recommend to share it to your client as well. And then we also have people. So in this section here, I wouldn't necessarily add your clients in because you can have a lot of clients when it comes to real estate. But if you're in like other industry, definitely clients is very one of the main features that we have at Blue is that client cannot create new projects and also delete other people's items. So this way clients can be a part of the project as well and be a part of the journey. So that's one of the main idea behind having clients on Blue, which is something that a lot of our clients love, especially when it comes to agency. And then we also have members. So members can create projects, but they cannot delete other people's items. And we have admin, where they can have access to everything. And then we have comment and view only, which is just comment on the to-dos or anything like that, or view only if something that you want to share with like other people. You just have them view only, but I don't recommend to do that with comment only or view only with real estate industry. And to invite team member, you just quickly add people. And let's click on invite team members. So if they are already a part of the Blue company and that you invited them before, you can just quickly click to invite them on here. But if they're not, you'll have to enter their email like that. And then this will be a pending invitation. So this way they receive notifications from the email and then they'll join Blue. You can also cancel that. And then you can also add members from your team member that's already been a part of Blue. So you just type quickly in the name. Or you can use the scroll section here as well. Add. And they'll be a member right away, so they don't need to do accept invitations. So that's just how you add team members onto Blue, and whoever has been added to this project can only have access to this project. They won't have access to say any of these projects. And also I just want to share with you folders as well. So you can also create folders on Blue just to keep everything organized. And then paste that in here. Just drag and drop it like that. You can also archive the project once it is ready, when it is done. And then you can also just click archive here in this section. And then you also have custom links. So if you're like a realtor, you can have your link here so that your team member can quickly click on this link and lead to the website right away. Yes, so let me just quickly answer one of the questions that was asked before about map view. Recommend seminars and view any. Yes, I would recommend to use map view of the locations of the events. What that would do is that when you have a to do and then you have the webinars or seminar, sorry, the title of the seminar, and then you can pin the locations or you enter the location, and from there you'll be able to see the locations right on Blue, so you don't have to pin it from in other places. You can easily pin it on Blue and you can easily find it right away. I used to work in events, so I know what it's like to have location pin and location save, which is quite important for other team members where they'll need to access that event space or for other people as well. But yeah, so if you work with like other people within like not just your team member and they are part of the project, they can also see the pinned locations. Yeah, so I hope that answered quite a bit of the question. If there's any questions or concern, please leave in the chat box as well, as our time is also currently running out as well. So please let me know if you have any questions or any feedback or any topic that you would like to see for next week. Actually, next week we have Can a client see Blue location using the link? So unfortunately, we don't have sharing link or public link yet. But once we do that, they'll be able to see the Blue locations uh from the link sharing. So at the moment, they have to be a part of the project first in order to be able to access the location. Yes. So public link is also something that we're working on. There's a lot of things that we're working on because our team is quite small. We're a team of 7 at the moment. We have 3 developers in-house. So a few things might take a bit of time, but hopefully within this year we can push a lot of important features as well, like Gantt chart. That is something that is quite helpful as well. And a few other things like we really do want to push out within this year. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining this webinars. Thank you. This will be recorded, and if you would like to go back and rewatch the webinars, you'll feel free to go to our YouTube channel and just click and just search for Blue Teamwork, and then you'll be able to find all of the recorded webinars. If you have any topic that you would like to see for next week, please feel free to let us know. Next week we do have agency topic. That is what we're planning at the moment. So we're hoping to have a guest coming in for next week. Yeah, so we do have a community. So if you just click on this link, just search up blue.blue.io, so you'll be able to find our community. So I'll just quickly share with you what that looks like. as.blue.io. So this is the community. I'll share you the link instead. Oops. So this is the community. Lorenzo, I think you asked about thank you. About breaking the video down. You can definitely do that as well. So if you want to share it with your clients, you can definitely break down the videos and share it down with your clients as well. And also, if you missed last week's webinar, we also did one with Pabbly Connect. A lot of Blue integrations as well. From there, you'll be able to access the Pabbly Connect webinars as well. Yes, definitely. You can, once I upload this onto the YouTube channel, you can feel free to download and break it down for your clients as well. Yeah. So yeah, this is what our webinars look